So my film was about a man sort of reminiscing on an album, memory album, photo album, VR album, whatever you want to imagine it to be as, of a lost loved one, girlfriend, wife.
And your girlfriend is here tonight.
Yeah, Jillian. She's
so she is not dead.
No, she's alive. No. Fun fact, as a kid, I always thought it was make-believe, not make-believe. Just
make-believe.
Yeah, a little fun fact about me.
Just own it. Just go with it. Don't let people correct you, man.
If you can see from snow on the ground, I didn't actually shoot it in May. I shot it a couple years ago for a fun short film festival that me and some friends did. We did a 72-hour film fest, and then
those are fun.
COVID happened, pandemic happened. We're all in our own different cities, and one of our friends said, "Hey, let's just do it, in your apartments, just whatever you can get." So we went out, we shot it, and our theme for that was technology. And when last month Kino revealed the theme of Lost, Jillian was sitting next to me. She's like tapping me. She's like, "We can submit anime, we can submit anime." So submitted it, and you all got to see it.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Essentially, someone who is applying for like jobs, positions, and is having a difficult time getting interviews, and he thinks it might be related to his name and some racial bias. And the inspiration for the film is I did like this co-op back. I did this co-op back in 2019, and I had this coworker who mentioned like going through something similar, like having issues getting interviews because of his name. I don't know if it's something I've experienced myself specifically, but it kind of stuck with me.
And you clearly don't belong here. This interview is done.
You know what's funny? 3 weeks ago, I applied for this job as Jamal Harris. Got rejected. So I applied again as Jim Harris, and voila, here I am.
And then once I got into the editing, the first edit was about 12 minutes.
Yeah.
I ended up cutting about half of it because I realized I didn't need most of it. And I have to thank the actors. I think it's their performances mainly that kind of kept the film together.
And your vision as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You were there, right?
Yeah.
My character had to like get her life together, and with the help of her friends, we saw like her internal battles, and then in the end she found the courage to do what she needed to do to get out of that situation.
I have nowhere else to go.
We'll help you. We'll figure something out. You're not alone in this, all right?
You have to fight for yourself.
If you fight, we'll fight with you.
We're stronger together, okay?
Okay, so we're shooting the first day and it's pouring rain, and we can't do the picnic scene because it's pouring rain, and I'm not gonna have the girls sitting in the grass.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But then our sound didn't work out for the whole first day, so we had to ADR the whole thing. The whole thing was dubbed. Every sound I had to put in. It was an experience. I learned lessons. But then we had to do the second day of shooting, which was the picnic outside, and it was really a hassle to get everybody there because it was far. And then I almost lost a finger, and it was squirting blood everywhere. We didn't have the first aid kit because I had to leave my production kit back. And then Susie had to cut an N95, and I found duct tape in the dirt, so I duct taped my finger back on, and I had to shoot with my white dress. And then all the way back to set, I fell on my face, and I just started to cry because I was done with the day. And Susie says, "Oh, Jessie, let me help you up." And I swear I didn't practice this. And then I said, "No, just leave me here." And Susie says, "No, let me help you up." And I got up and I just started crying. I'm supposed to be a pretty princess. So now I'm covered in blood. I'm covered in grass stains. I'm wearing that white dress. And with my duct tape, my finger was like pouring blood. So we had to put a cap on my finger. And that's why, like, I eat the cake, and I had to put the cake down and take because I couldn't use this hand because I had to hide the duct tape bloody hair. So that's why that was filmed that way. But then when I get to set and I'm duct taped and I'm bleeding and I'm grass stains, Brooke says, "Where do I sit?" And I said, "Oh, I brought you some benches so you don't have to sit in the grass." And Brooke sits on the bench, and the whole bench collapses and the 4 legs break down. So I grab a chair leg, and I have my bloody arm, and I curse the fucking God!
And scene.
And then we were ready to shoot.
So it was a good experience. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Resilience.
But you know, it's what memories are made of. Remember that time when you cut your finger? That was fun.
I'll be winning an award one day.
Can I see this? Can I see?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, dude, that's deep. I'm just saying, it's real.
I have nerve damage.
It could be nerve damage. Your film was, I didn't even watch the films.
It's okay, you didn't miss anything.
I don't know.
That was mine anyway.
What was yours about again?
You know, it doesn't matter what the film is about. What I just want to thank Vincent is giving us all the opportunity to take whatever's on the inside and put it up on the screen, irrelevant of what it is, because it's only important to us, and we're able to create our own world. You're giving us an opportunity to become like gods. So thank you very much for that.
You're a false guru, a nut job. You're bizarre. What a waste of my time. You can keep my $200 and get yourself some therapy. Why did I even come here and do this in the first place?
We feel good. We feel good for one night. Just to reiterate, no penetrative sex on the films. Thank you. It has to be said.
Was that a question?
I don't know. What are you doing later? I don't know.
What kind of substance did you give Vincent to perform like that?
Nothing. She's like the Energizer buddy. I just like wound her up and said go. And that's what happened.
Morning of, Lorianne texted me, "Will there be lines?" And I said, "No, it's improv." That means there is no lines. So we kind of just ran around in a forest, and then I jumped in a river because I thought it'd be funny, and then I got my car really dirty on the way home.
I love it. There were so many laughs because I was sitting in the green room, and I just kept hearing the laughs. Now, to do the improv, you have to be funny to begin with. You can't fake it. You're hilarious.
Why are we? Okay.
Maybe
Just let me
do
think.
something good.
Let me think. Okay. I think we just need to go catch our dinner. So let's hunt some fish. Okay. Hunting fish, that makes sense? Fishing. Fishing.
Fishing fish.
Fishing is what it's
Oh,
called.
I noticed that you had like dubbing, lines, the captions.
Yeah, so I actually, I had a little group chat with Petra and Lorianne as we were constructing the film because, yes, we started with this very dumb idea, basically like female Cheech and Chong get lost on the right? And so through the editing process, which took like a week and a half, because I don't know if you guys know, when it's improvised, there's like not a story, and then you make one after, which I found out. But yes, that's my last stage of editing. So I'm hard of hearing. I was born with a birth defect, so I only have one ear, and it is a mandate. It is a hard line for me that all of the films, all of the artwork that I make be accessible to my deaf friends. So I will always have subtitles, if not actual sign language, in my films. Lorianne pointed out it might be distracting, and I said, too bad, Hearies, deal with it.
So you went like full humor on this one. This was like pretty intense, and you did the camera work.
Yep.
And
I wrote it.
You wrote it.
Yes, and I would not have been able to go full emo without Amateur. She did a really good job bringing together a script of emotion and co-directing it with me as well. Her first time directing anything. And yeah, we butted heads a little bit here and there, but I think we brought something together that really worked in the end.
I've been in video journalism class before, and I've kind of directed little short pieces. They were journalistic pieces, but like I like directing, I guess. I guess I didn't know I had this kind of like intuition for directing because I'd never really seen myself as a like leader, I guess.
Friend?
This is murder we're talking about here. It pains me to say this, but I think Kristen is making the right move.
Guys, can we just stop arguing? I'm the one that did the crime, so I should be doing the time, right?
I was really like challenged by this as a producer, which was cool. Which was like, I would have never written anything with this many actors, or with a hospital scene, or with a car crash scene for myself, because I would have been like, I don't think we can do that. But it was already in the script. We had to do it, so we figured it out, and I think I'm a better producer and director for it.
Oh, it worked out.
I also, like, it was really cool. It's my first time, like, co-directing with someone, so kind of getting that other perspective in there was really interesting, and having that person also be the writer, and getting to know the person for the first time as making the film together was very challenging as well, but I think we figured it out in the end, ultimately.
Place I go in southern Italy, or I can take there.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
This was a really cool film, just quick technical things. We did day for night. Well, it turned into more like day for evening.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, you just underexpose the camera and make everything all blue.
Throw a bunch of filters on it.
Throw a bunch of filters on it.
Yeah.
But we did that. We did a poor man's process. So it's like the car moving, but we did that in the studio, which was really cool. And then, yeah, we built a fake hospital in the studio, which was really cool. So, yeah. Lots of like low budget filmmaking stuff, but we figure it out.
So you've made a lot of these films before, and it was you singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I lost somebody in October, and you made me feel things in a great way. Thank you for your bravery.
Yeah, there's a lot of loss around us at all times, and it's great that we have film to feel less alone. You know, we share these emotional things, and this was very personal to you as well.
Yeah, well, she's only 32, so she was, you know, unexpected, so it was very tough.
And I hope you're singing in the angel's choir, and I hope the angels know what they have.
That Canada Goose that came to you at the end there, did you feel like that was her?
I was thinking that because they didn't have any food or anything, but they didn't show on the film, but it followed me to the car, and it sat on the rock next to me for a little while. So I was able to pat it, and it wasn't mean, and it walked me all the way back to the car. So I don't know. Usually they're not very nice.
What was the inspiration for this film?
Me. I mean, all the things that happened in the film essentially happened to me after the film was done. So it's so much me that I've been like this whole week. I've been that character the whole time because I'm trying to write and I can't, and I'm trying to do so much. The scene of the panic attack almost happened on set. Yeah, because you know stuff happened on set, and then you're just overwhelmed. You're acting, directing. You're thinking of too many things, and then you just, you know.
Oh, this was a big film, a big project for you. Yeah. I mean, congrats! I'm really happy the way it turned out. I mean, you should be proud. I'm really impressed, and the reaction it got at the end. I was sitting there in the green room with a friend, and I was just like, "What is going on?" Like, right on! You did this, man.
Thank you.
How was that?
I will say it's not perfect, and I love that it's not perfect because I'm a perfectionist, like to the point where my therapist tells me, "Stop! You know, it's too much pressure," which leads to the whole film. But there's 3 parts in the film that are mistakes, but they're not. They're imperfection that makes it perfect.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Make it good. Make it pleasant. You know, be easier on yourself. Because if you look at mainstream movies with budgets of like $250 million, oh my God, the inconsistencies, the bloopers, and just the things that are not fitting right is massive. Like, and people notice those. People didn't notice this.
But that's life, right? I don't want nobody to go into making a film and think, oh, I need to be perfect. I need to reshoot this because there's just one time where there's something wrong. No, art is supposed to be chaos. You know, something happened the first day, so then it changed the way we film things, and then we ran out of time, so we can film something else, and then things happened. Right. We lost a lens.
Losing who you truly are, which is a superhero, capable of changing the world one joke at a time.
Nah, I'm not a superhero.
What I do sometimes with my girlfriend Sarah, she couldn't be here tonight because she heard that Mario's going to be here, so she couldn't be here. Sorry, Mario, I love you. Just Thank you, Mario. And like my shtick is like she loves dad jokes, and we got this routine where I tell her a joke and she like pretends not to laugh because I'm fucking hilarious. And she
No, he's
just,
not.
No, she just looks at me, and what in my brain I'm like, okay, she's not laughing because she doesn't understand the joke. So I'll break it down and I'll explain, and that's the funny part. And then she loses her shit. She's like, oh my God, you're stupid. I understand the joke. We're all laughing at you. Like, but have a sense of humor about yourself. To recover from a joke that doesn't land.
Yeah. I mean, my jokes always lands because I laugh. I laugh. Nobody else
You're the
laughs.
only person you got to impress. We don't care what anyone else thinks. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for the
Filmed it with my phone, but my goal was, it was the first time that I actually made a shot list. Never done that before, and it made all the difference in the world, because I tend to do things one take only. So when people come to do things, that's what you get. You better get it right the first time, because it's what's going to be shown to the world. So that's kind of what I did there. I think it was easier to stitch together, was it not?
Yeah, it was. We did it. We put it together in like 40 minutes.
It definitely makes a difference to at least have some kind of idea as to how the shots tell the story and move things forward. I did not worry about things whether a hat was on my head or not on my head, so you'll see all kinds of continuity errors, because that was not my focus, nor do I care. So now the goal is go through, watch it, see how many things do not fit in continuity, because at least the shot list told the story.
It all came together really super serendipitously.
That's too big of a word for me.
Serendipitous?
Serendipitously. That's too big. I don't know.
But I don't know how to say it in French. How do you say that in French? Serendipitous.
I don't know.
So I even say it right in English? I don't even know.
But what was the meaning behind the film?
Okay, so it's about me and my cousin. I have a cousin that I grew up with. That was my big sister, and she unfortunately died of suicide in 2018.
Yeah.
So even 5 years later, it still like really affects me. So this film is like a homage to her. The images that you see, they're all pictures from like the late 80s. That's how old I am. That my mom.
Do you need a chair?
Yeah, I do. I need a walker.
Very nice.
So that's how.
And you'll always have that as a memory.
Yeah.
Like a moving photo album.
It's a moving photo album, and then the image, the words that you see are actually close-ups of letters that we used to write to each other, and that's letters that she wrote to me. So
we tend to get lost in ourselves and in the stuff that's going on in our lives, and we find ourselves in the dark, and we don't know how to get out of it. And sometimes it just takes somebody else who cares for you to just be there and sit with you and share their light.
And I'll stay right here and share my light with you. It won't be so dark.
thank you.
And then allow them to let
Just
them in.
be, just let them be, because sometimes you can't be fixed, right? You just have to go through it. So if somebody just sits with you and goes through it with you, it's helpful.
I love that. That's what I always thought, is that you don't have to fix it, you have to be there.
Yeah.
And I was just talking about you. I was just like saying, your films have a signature.
Yes.
It's like biographical, documentary, quirky. How do you describe it?
Yeah, that does sound good.
You're sharing
essay films.
Essay films. This is my grandmother's ruler. That was the first one, right?
It was a big building, but it was square-shaped, so if you kept walking in circles, eventually you'd find your class.
What do you film on?
Just on my phone.
On your phone. There you go. Just use a phone. I mean, when in doubt, it looks just as good. Like there's nothing stopping you really at this point. You could use your phone. You can edit on your phone.
Yeah, just outtakes. I mean, Francis's anxiety is a wonderful thing, really. We didn't even really put the skit together. We just watched the outtakes. Okay,
Yeah, that
we
was
do
it.
something with it. Green screen, and yeah.
Are you gonna put the film together eventually?
Yeah, like we were lost before we started, so it's very serendipitous. I don't know what the French word is.
That is all. And this is your third film together.
Yes, it is.
Is it in the same universe?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Yeah, we'll always have an alien tie.
Yeah. And a gimp.
Yes,
well, yeah. Yeah, you have no idea what you're missing if you don't know what I'm talking about. A blue dolphin seaman was the first one.
And then there was something with a gimp, which was apparently neat. And then I wrote a really nice sketch that had none of those things in it, and then we just showed the invitation.
Oh no!
I thought it fit the theme better actually. And I'm Justin, Mr. Carty's aide-de-camp, social media girl. Say it again. Okay.
Finance Minister, asshole, Regina. Go.
Just a second. And I'm Justin, his social media guru. I'm pleased to meet you.
I get the lines, and I literally instantly forget them.
You forget the lines.
As soon as I have to say the words, I get the anxiety.
It's hard memorizing lines, isn't it? Especially lines you write yourself.
The thing is, I like acting, but if it was on someone else's project, it would probably be a bit of a...
Yeah.
Of course, none of us came prepared.
Just improvise everything like Murphy.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much
Just do
what
like
we
Murph
did,
does. This is our 5th installment of Tainted Mom. I don't know if you know, but it's like a Kino thing. That's great. So, why is your sister's husband never here?
Oh, he's usually here. This is the second time he hasn't been here. It's because he's taking English lessons. So it was really funny. He was saying poopy for puppy, but then when he got to the actual filming, he didn't say it. So, but it would have been really tight if that was the case, you know.
Oh, what a bunch of cute little poopies. Yeah, I love that.
That must be Lalo back with Mom. He's so cute, knocking on his own mother's door.
Where can I get a Tainted Mom t-shirt?
Yeah! So it's popular.
I'll look into doing some merch, sure.
There's a signature about it. It's Tainted Mom. There's nothing like it. So before you know it, you'll have like a whole feature under your belt. You just stitch them all together. There's my feature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have your phone on you, sir?
I do.
Okay, keep it in your pocket.
I haven't smashed it yet, but maybe by the end of the night I'll have an excuse to get a new phone.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask, what did you film this on?
Okay, I didn't film it on my phone.
You did film it on your phone. All right.
If I did, that'd be like the best quality phone I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was.
No, I
pretty
filmed
good.
it on a Sony A7C.
The A7C. And you were just like, how were you holding the camera?
So it was a variety of different ways. If you notice, I started it vertical to kind of ease the audience into the idea that it was a phone, and then slowly zoomed in. And then most of the time it was either on a tripod or just like holding it very gingerly with the strap wrapped around my arm, especially when I pretended to throw it. And I was just like kind of gently guiding it towards the wall, and then I spat it up.
Or 3 times. Okay, 20 times. Either way, you can really only see it when you look at it a certain way. So what's it matter? Might as well not even be there. You've had your phone for a year.
What was the most challenging part of doing this?
Protecting the camera.
Yeah,
sure. Especially the part where I spilled a boiling pot of ramen on it. That I did. I just laid down a towel in a circle, put the camera down, and then put a big old glass measuring cup on top of it.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And they really went for it on that one.
The perspective, points of views, you can play with that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. So the inspiration from it was actually a Reddit comment that I read like 7 years ago. That was just, it was actually an answer to the question, why does my brain think that a phone gets stronger over time? And then when I saw the announcement for the theme and they were looking for the phone, that Reddit comment popped back into my mind from like 7 years ago.
Vincent, please tell us about the inspiration of your film.
Shit, I don't know.
Not so easy, is it? Not
so easy. Challenging themes, things that are real. I mean, a mother that holds resentment for her daughter because she had to put her life aside as a writer to raise a difficult. We all, I'm not a mother. I don't have kids. Kids suck, just so you know. So Sorry. But then, especially when your child takes that mantle, steps in your shoes, and you have to put that aside.
What was your favorite part about making that film?
Oh, that's a good question. What food did we have on set?
Oh, we had those olives there that were stuffed.
And sun-dried tomatoes. I like the sun-dried tomatoes. Those are really good. No, I like when you broke the angel, because we had like a, what is it, like a pillow?
Was that in the script or was that improvised?
Oh, that was in the script. Yeah, and you're just like smashing it down, and it just sank in the pillow. It didn't even go anywhere. It's like boop.
I'm engaged. Did you know that? Someone loves me, Mom. Someone thinks I'm not worthless. Why do you always look at me like I'm such a disappointment? Why do you hate me so much?
You want to know?
I want to know.
Because it was supposed to be me!
We had so much fun just bringing that emotion out of everyone. That's the fun part. It's intimate. You're in a set, and you're like, sometimes you don't understand the motivation of the character, but goddamn, you can bring it. You know, when you kneeled and you said, I can fix this. I mean, clearly it's all about like symbolism. She's trying to fix and mend the relationship with her daughter. I mean, that's all these scenes, all these words were carefully crafted. So upon second rewatch, pay attention to everything that is said. I don't know. I'm not tooting my own horn here, I'm just saying.
I love you, Vincent.
Oh, Stephanie. Oh, thanks for being in my film, because when I thought of someone getting mad, I can only think of you. No, I knew you would bring like.
Oh, not another angel! No, God, no!
Oh, no. Good night, everyone. Thank you. I love you all.